12 bad habits that damage your brain. Your brain is the control system for all of your body's actions. But did you know that the majority of us engage in daily activities that really impair our brain's ability to function? Worse, many of these practices can have long-term negative implications. It is critical to understand how to care for your most vital organ. This includes considering both items that help your brain stay healthy and things that may really hurt it. The following habits are more damaging to your brain than you realize. Number 1. Loud noise exposure. Those who live in cities, in particular, are continually exposed to a variety of loud noises, such as automobiles and construction. Also, if you constantly have earphones in your ears playing your favorite music, you should stop. It only takes 30 minutes of listening to loud music to permanently harm your hearing. So, what does this have to do with your brain? Scientists have established that hearing loss is inextricably connected to cognitive decline. Hearing loss, in fact, increases your risk of losing brain tissue and, as an adult, raises your risk of Alzheimer's. When you listen to music, your hearing adjusts, nearly signaling that it isn't loud enough. That's why you frequently find yourself turning up the volume. Remove your earbuds for around 30 seconds every now and then reconnect them. Often, after this brief gap, you will discover that the music is far too loud indeed. You have been listening to it in this manner the entire time, without recognizing it. Always attempt to keep your headphone volume at 50% or less when listening to music, and avoid being plugged in all the time. Number 2. Spending too much time in the dark. The darkness has a relaxing effect on me. I'm not sure about you, but I like a more personal environment with lowered lighting in general, including when I'm working on the computer. However, the body needs natural light, and remaining in the dark for too long can lead to despair, which can eventually lead to cognitive degeneration. So, if you get the opportunity, go outside for a few minutes and let yourself be exposed to some natural light. Poor dietary choices are number 3. It is critical to maintain a healthy diet. This keeps your brain functioning at its best. It should come as no surprise that while there are some foods that will improve brain function, there are also those foods that will do the exact opposite. For example, junk food, which includes most fast food. Junk food, in general, contains relatively few nutrients and, when consumed in excess, can harm your mental health. Too much sugar can also be a major issue. Excess sugar consumption is linked to a variety of negative health outcomes. This includes obesity, diabetes, and more serious conditions such as cancer. Too much sugar interferes with the absorption of nutrients from the food we eat, which can lead to malnutrition over time. As a result of the brain not receiving the necessary nutrients, development is slowed. Always make an effort to avoid junk food and extra sugar, and instead go for a whole food diet. No. 4. Smoking. While cigarette smoking has declined throughout the years, many people continue to smoke. Of course, we've all heard about the negative effects of smoking, but did you know it can cause serious brain damage? Cigarette smoke inhibits the delivery of oxygen to the brain. This means you are unable to perform normally. According to studies, there is a substantial link between Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and smoking. Furthermore, we all know that cigarette smoke causes lung cancer, but malignant cells can manifest in the brain as a result of faulty DNA replication. Number 5. Excessive alcohol consumption. We created a movie on alcohol a while ago that appeared to trigger a lot of people, so I'd like to get out of the way and say that there's nothing wrong with the occasional beer or glass of wine. The issue arises when you become addicted. That is when the brain begins to suffer. Most alcoholics develop vitamin bone and magnesium deficiencies. Confusion, memory loss, decreased mental alertness, and emotional instability are all symptoms of bone deficiency. And not obtaining enough magnesium can lead to melancholy, disorientation, and irritation. When you combine the two, it's easy to see how alcohol addiction can change your brain for the worse. 6. Sedentary lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with taking a break and unwinding on the couch. It's actually beneficial to your health. However, sitting on your arse all day and getting little to no exercise is harmful for both your brain and your overall health. Inactivity has been connected to disorders such as diabetes and heart disease, which have been linked directly to degenerative brain disease. Make an effort to get out every day, if only to get some fresh air. Take a walk around your neighborhood or sign up for a gym membership. The more active you are, the more active your brain will be. 7. Multitasking. According to research, persons who frequently multitask risk hurting their brains by impeding brain development. So, what's the deal? The gray matter in the brain, which is important for emotional control, decision-making, and empathy, shrinks during multitasking. To avoid this, it's important to focus on one activity at a time, regardless of what you're doing. Not only will this boost your productivity, but it will also safeguard your brain. Sleep deprivation is ranked 8. Sleep is an essential component of both physical and mental well-being. After a hard day, sleeping allows your brain to rest and recuperate. When you don't get enough sleep, your brain doesn't get a chance to rest, which can result in brain cell death, early memory loss, or Alzheimer's disease. This is why it is critical to get enough sleep. Every night, you should receive roughly 8 hours of sleep. Limit your coffee and alcohol intake, and reduce your screen time before bedtime if you suffer from insomnia. You will not only be taking long-term care of your cognitive abilities, but you will also feel considerably better in the morning. Number 9. Working while sick. Many people compromise their health in order to further their education and jobs. When you're sick or recovering from an illness, though, forcing your brain to function or study is a horrible idea. When you are ill and are not feeling well, your body tries to focus all of its efforts on mending. The same is true for your brain. When you give your brain something else to focus on, you are effectively overworking it, and it is incapable of doing either of the two tasks well. Do yourself a favor and identify when you need a day off to recover and stay home from school or work. Number 10. Avoiding stimulating activities. If you don't train your brain on a daily basis, it will shrink, just like a muscle. For example, putting off regular reading just accelerates the loss of your cognitive and language skills in the long run. According to research, persons who rarely converse and connect with others have harmful effects on their brain. When you are not actively conversing, your brain cells become dormant, causing your brain to shrink. So, to maintain your brain functioning optimally, read frequently, play puzzle games, and engage in intellectual talks on a regular basis. 11. Sleeping with your head covered. A blanket over your head may seem pleasant and warm, but sleeping with your head covered increases carbon dioxide intake while decreasing oxygen intake. When you inhale more carbon dioxide, your brain suffers negative consequences that are detrimental to your general health. It is advisable not to cover your head because oxygen is essential for brain function. It is preferable to alter the thermostat if you are too cold at night. 12. Not drinking enough water. We've all heard that drinking water is not only necessary, but also the best thing we can do for our bodies. Water aids in the regulation of our internal body temperature, digestion, joint lubrication, and acts as a shock absorber for our brains and spinal cord. However, if you get dehydrated because you do not refill your body's water supply, your body will continue to function normally, including attention and memory. Dehydration has been related to cognitive alterations because it affects electrolyte balances in the body. You should drink water on a regular basis to maintain your brain functioning properly. This is especially vital on hot summer days when you're out and about. So get a reusable water bottle and fill it up throughout the day. I know, it may appear that everything you do is bad for your brain, but there is some good news. Your behaviors may always be altered. It will be much easier to maintain your brain's health now that you have a little more knowledge. You'll be grateful later in life. What are your thoughts? Which of these practices most surprised you? Please let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, please like it and share it with your friends so that we can continue to make them. For more videos like this, click the subscribe button and be sure you turn on the notification bell. Also, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for tuning in.